Okay, welcome back. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you a step-by-step way of creating a checkout process with Stripe payments. I'm going to take you through how to, starting from creating an account. So I can say John Doe at gmail.com. So we shall start with creating an account. After creating an account, the user will be directed to this dashboard, and then they can browse for products. So these are the several products they can browse. They can select this product, they can increase items, add this product to cart, and then they can go back, select another product, view the details, and then also add this product to cart. So they can also view their cart, and from here they can also keep changing the number of items if they are not contented. Then after that they'll have to proceed to checkout. So this is the products summary page. Then after that they can click pay now. So when they click pay, they are taken to this Stripe payment page where they have to enter their email. They have to enter their card information, but since we are testing, Stripe has provided us with the testing number that we are going to use. So a month, they can enter any CVC, it can be any number, full name, like that, and then pay. So when the payment is successful, they'll be taken to the success page. However, this is not yet done. We also have to confirm in our Stripe account to see that this payment has gone through. So when you check in transactions, you see that this payment has gone through. So we're going to start with creating a simple authentication flow for our checkout flow. So I'm going to paste here a prompt, just a simple authentication, and then I'll click enter as we wait for Lovable to set up everything. All right, so this is what Lovable has come up with. So the next step is to connect the authentication functionality, because what we have right now is just a user interface. Before we do that, the first thing is to connect our project to Supabase. So what we do, we click here, Supabase button, and then we connect a project. So I'm going to connect to this project. So I'll confirm by clicking connect, as Supabase does everything, as Lovable does everything automatically. So we are saying our application is now connected to Supabase. So the next thing we have to do is set up functionality. Like I told you, this is just the user interface. There's no any functionality. So let's set up that first, like they are suggesting here. So I'll just get this prompt and paste it, set up authentication with appropriate tables, functions, and row level security. Then I'll click enter. As you can see, Lovable has set up the SQL commands which are going to help us to set up our database with the necessary tables, where we shall save the data of the users who are going to sign up. So when that is done, you just come here and we click apply changes so as to run these migrations and create the appropriate tables. Because when you come here on the table editor, you will see that it has been created. Let's go back. So they're saying great, the SQL commands have been successfully executed. So as you see here, we have the profiles table, which is going to save the name of the person who signs up. So once that's done, so Supabase goes ahead and updates the application with the code to set up the functionality and make sure that we can actually sign up and log in into the application. Okay, seems like everything is set up, but they are telling us for testing purposes we might want to disable email confirmation in Supabase. What does that mean? This means that when we disable email confirmation, when a user signs up, they won't be required to confirm their email for them to log in. Now, this one is only used during testing, but when you deploy your application in production, meaning if you put your application in front of your users, you want to allow them to confirm their emails for security purposes and also to ensure that users don't give you fake emails. Now, for us, since we are testing, or since we are in development, we can disable this off so that we can use fake emails. So how do you do that? You just go to your Supabase account, look for authentication, click on it. After authentication, look for sign up, click on sign up, and then move down to email, look for email, click on it, and then as you can see, this confirm email is enabled, so we have to disable it. And then after disabling, don't forget to save. So once that is done, we can just use fake emails instead of real emails. So let's go back here. So since we have disabled that and the authentication code has been set up, now let's test our function, the UI. We shall begin by signing up. So I'll just say gendo. Email, password, let me go ahead and sign up. Okay, they are saying our account has been created successfully. Now we might also confirm that, we might want to confirm that in Supabase. So we go back to table editor. Okay, you can begin with authentication. You click, then you go to users. You might also want to first refresh to get the recent changes. As you can see, we have already added gendo with this email. Now you might ask, where is their name? Now their name is saved in a table, our profiles table that we saw earlier. So when we click on it, we expect to see the name of the person who signed up. So the emails are saved somewhere, and then the name is also saved somewhere else. So let's sign out. Okay, let's log in and see if everything works well. So gendo. I'm going to first log in with the wrong password. So they are saying login failed, invalid credentials, and provide a right one. So we have been logged in successfully. So everything works well. Now let's go on with the checkout flow. So for the checkout flow, I have a prompt that I'm going to share with you in the description. But the main part of this prompt, which is very important, is that we are going to set up Stripe using the page that will be provided by Stripe. The user is going to enter their details in a page provided by Stripe. So that's what our Stripe setup is going to rely on. So I'm going to copy and paste this prompt, and again I'll have to click enter so that Lovable can start doing its magic. Okay, like before, Lovable has created these SQL commands which will help us to create tables that will handle data which is concerned with the checkout functionality, which is the saving of the products, the ordered products, the products added to cart. So all these tables will be created by this SQL command. So what we need to do is just apply. So like previously, we might want to check if the SQL has been executed successfully, that is, if the tables have been actually created. So we come back to our table editor, and then as you can see, previously we only had profiles table. Now we have all the rest of the tables, meaning the execution was a success. So after the execution, now Lovable is going ahead to create the design, to design the components and the appropriate screens for our checkout flow. So let's wait and see. Okay, so now Lovable is saying they've implemented a complete e-commerce platform with laptop products. However, they're asking us to add a Stripe API key. So how do we get that? Now, if you haven't yet created one, you're supposed to have a Stripe account. I've already created one. So what you need to do, just move down to developers, you click, and then go to API keys. Once again, you come to developers, then look for API keys. You'll be directed to this page and then copy the Stripe secret key. Then after copying it, you come and paste it inside Lovable. Now they always provide this section here, add API key. You don't want to paste your API key in the prompt section. So they always provide this for security purposes. Then after entering it, you submit the key. So the key has been submitted successfully. So let's wait for Lovable to integrate it into our application. Okay, looks like everything is working as expected. All right, let's test this. So I'm going to click on, let me look for one. I'm going to click on view details. So I'll add more items. I'll click add to cart. So it has added to cart successfully. And here our cart has updated. We have 3 items. So when we increment, the price also keeps on increasing. Then when we reduce up to 1, we should get the exact price as the total, which is this, the unit price. So let's proceed to check out. This is the summary. Then we click on pay now. Let's wait and see. Okay, now there's something you need to know is that Stripe, the Stripe payment page cannot be displayed within Lovable. So what we have to do is we have to open our application in a preview tab. So let's do that. So I'll open it there. Okay, so let's go ahead and log in. So we come back to order history. So we have our cart here. It already had some items. Let's click. Let's add more items. So I want you to note the price. It's $5,996. So let's proceed and check out. So this is our order summary. Let's pay. So we have been directed to the Stripe payment page. So we are in test mode. So since we are in test mode, we can use, there are always Stripe numbers. I will share them in the description that can be used for testing purposes. One of those numbers is here. So I'll just enter any email. So this one is 4242. Then here, CVC, you can write any name on the card. So let's click pay. So it's processing. Okay, the payment has gone through successfully. The order has been successfully processed. You receive an order confirmation. So this is our success page. So we can say let's view our dashboard. Okay, so this is our the payments, the history. So to confirm that everything works well, now we have to check in Stripe to confirm whether the payment has been received. So let's go back to our Stripe account. As you can see, so then we have to go to transactions. You can see our payment went through successfully. So we can also test another scenario where a payment fails. That is, we can use numbers that are designed for cases where a payment might not go through successfully. So proceed to check out, pay, email, this one you can enter any full card name, let's pay. Oh, thanks. Okay, so they are saying your credit card was declined, try paying with a debit card instead. So there are several numbers that are provided by Stripe for testing purposes. So that's it. If you've liked this video, go ahead and give me a like. You can also subscribe because I always share useful information like this one.